Hey, folks, welcome to Affiliate Nerd Out. I am your nerderator, Dustin House, spreading that good word about affiliate. You're going to find me here Tuesday and Thursday, 12:15 Pacific time. So mark it on the calendar and hang out with me and my guest. And my guest today is Andy Cloyd, co-founder over at Super Affiliate. Welcome to the Nerdatorium, Andy.
Thank you for having me, Dustin. I'm happy to contribute to my nerddom.
Awesome. And did I get it right? Was it co-founder or you got a different title these days?
Co-founder, office manager, you name it. I'll take it.
Yeah, lots of hats, I would assume. You got that
Yeah.
janitor coat on as well, I'm sure. Um, all right. We're going to be hanging out and talking about landing pages and other types of affiliate stuff that are going to be beneficial to your affiliate program. If you have any questions for me or Andy, please jump into the live Q&A. And if you'd like to be in Andy's seat, come be my guest. Go to dustinhouse.com/nerd and fill out a topic that you'd like to nerd out about. Our question of the day is your homepage your landing page? I want all those affiliate managers to tell me in that chat whether or not they're using their homepage as their landing page for their affiliate program. It's a really interesting question, and we're going to have that topic today. But without further ado, Andy, who are you?
Hey, everyone. I'm Andy Cloyd, like Dustin Miston. I'm the founder of a company called Super Affiliate. I grew up in the state of Kentucky. I'm calling in from New York. I've been in California and a lot of places in between. And before starting this company, I spent my whole career in like early stage technology investing before stumbling my way into like the greater e-commerce space, and then more specifically into affiliate via starting the company about 3 years ago. So I've been on like a crash course of taking everything I've learned from experiences in the past to learning this new industry, and getting to meet folks who have been around a lot longer than we have, and just trying to ascertain the little knowledge that we can pick up along the way, and build the company that we're building today.
Awesome. And I got introduced to you by my buddy Patty McGill, who is always on the cutting edge of this industry, and he knows all the coolest tools that are going on. And he mentioned your name. I'm like, well, I guess I gotta go find out who this is. I took a look, and here we are. We had one conversation, and just love what you guys are doing there. So excited to have you on today. So tell us about Super Affiliate, what you guys do, and who you're serving out there.
100%. So Super Affiliate is a word of mouth growth platform for e-commerce brands. And, if you think about that more specifically, we help brands grow via the affiliate, influencer, ambassador, and even customer channels. We do that by allowing brands to consolidate all those programs into one easy to use application. So you can think about running customer facing programs, ambassadors, professional influencers, creators, affiliates, you name it, all in one. However, the most interesting and the most unique thing that we do that I think is most relevant for this audience is we've developed a way to transform affiliate links into co-branded landing pages at scale. We got to that by talking to a bunch of big brands in the space that were doing a ton of CPA model based acquisition via creators, publishers, all, you name it, all of these partners. And we were talking to them and saying, noticing for their best partners, they were building these landing pages, and, they would say, hey, these are our best converting pages. And we started to dig a little deeper, and it's like, why is that? And it's because there was this continuity between the moment of discovery of the brand and the actual content and shopping experience that's coming downstream from that. So you can think about seeing a creator in a post, clicking in, and then instead of landing on a homepage where that creator that brought you there or that media source that brought you there is out of the picture, if you're able to land on an experience that has that person bringing you through the funnel all the way down to conversion or checkout, that's going to be a higher trust and therefore a higher converting experience. So we said, hey, well, why are you not doing this for everyone today? And it's because, as everyone here knows, brands have very limited development resources. There's 15 stakeholders all fighting over maybe a developer or two developers. And we found that oftentimes that influencer marketing manager or that affiliate marketing manager was not the person that was getting those resources when it came down to like, hey, we need to fix our checkout flow, or we need to build a landing page for this partner. That was just a push pull that like wasn't getting one as often as we thought it needed to be. So well, we developed a way to, make that infinitely scalable. So with Super Affiliate, everyone here is probably very familiar with sending out a tracking or attribution link, and we actually make it really easy to make that a customized funnel for all your partners at scale. So every partner that you're working with has a funnel that's featuring maybe their name, their content, their picks, their bundle, all of these little personalizations to ultimately, drive more conversion and make both you and your partners more money.
That is incredible, and it sounds like you've said that a few times. I get that vibe from you. Really amazing. And if you ask, hundreds of affiliate managers out there what their biggest hurdle, you're going to get a large handful. I don't know how many exactly or what percentage, but like one of my biggest hurdles I have as an affiliate manager is that dev work, like getting it done. If we have a big affiliate and we want to help them with their conversion rate, and it takes weeks, if not months, to build those things out. And I was just blown away that you guys are building something that you can, rely on your own internal team and your affiliate partner to get these things done in less than a day, which is really crazy. So awesome product. Tell me more about your guys' name origin story. Did we hit this yet? Like, how'd you come up with that?
I don't think we've spoken about it, but it's funny. So, if I fast or rewind back about 3 years, I actually moved into a house out in Venice, California, as a total stranger to three other roommates who were best friends. Some friends were like, "Hey, you'll get along with these folks." I moved in and I met, who's now my co-founder, Anders. I was working in like early stage investing, like I mentioned, and every night, he was up at midnight, 3 a.m., really founder type, has only ever built companies and was always working on ideas of some sort. And this is like right when iOS 14.5 was happening and paid acquisition was getting a lot harder for brands. And we saw, affiliate kind of coming back into vogue. And we saw people starting to think about how can we leverage influencers and affiliate models to like replace some of that growth that maybe was lost when paid acquisition was getting a little more difficult on the meta side. So, we were thinking about ideas, and I remember, Anders at one point, he's the type that buys a URL as soon as he gets a good idea. And we knew we were zeroing in on this like word of mouth category, like people or publications or media properties talking about brands, and and like the discovery point for brands being that, a partner talking about somebody as opposed to a Facebook ad or a Instagram ad. And as we started thinking about that, he was thinking about like the sharing component of all that. And I remember we bought generate.love and generate like the letter. And we were going to like really thinking about this like generation of sharing and all of that. And then we had a close friend, Wesley, who, had built and sold a company actually in the e-commerce ecosystem. And it just came to him. He was like, super affiliate. No way. Right. You don't see, yeah. We had people that are kind of like, super affiliates. He's like, super affiliate. No way. And it just like, as soon as we heard it, we were like, that's it. It says enough about, hey, we are in this affiliate space in the sense that, we're thinking about these CPA based models where, you're able to pay people for the performance that they're driving. No matter what that action is, whether it's a conversion, whether it's a click, it's a sign up, it's whatever, we want to be able to like put in reward structures to reward that on an affiliate basis, in the same way that we saw brand marketing go to performance marketing. You went from billboards to measurable Facebook ads. I think we are seeing that happen in influencer dollars as well. You see, $5,000 for a creator to make some content and throw a post up there. Now brands are starting to say, is that actually a positive ROI investment that we're making? And we wanted to build the tools to like allow brands to think about these parts of their business in the same way that they're thinking about, some of these other performance marketing channels. And so Super Affiliate kind of stuck. And then from there, I feel like it's been fairly easy to draw those through lines all the way back, even as we expand the program and the platform well beyond that.
Oh, awesome. Love that story. I can't believe you guys didn't try to use Anders and Andy and the And Brothers or something in that nature of like your LLC. I don't know like how you like the super affiliate makes sense now, but
A squared.
And squared. All right. Tell us about what industry gaps you guys saw to come and build this product out.
Yeah. I mean, I think if you look at, it really, well, for here, I'll zoom in on the affiliate industry specifically and, maybe the more traditional. I think there's we're playing in a lot of ecosystems, but when you look at the affiliate space, there is a lot of apps that do and platforms that do an amazing job at tracking and attribution, because that is the the nuts and bolts of the affiliate industry. Is how can we know who's clicking, or when, how many people are clicking, how many people are buying, and then therefore connect our reward structures to that. However, I think like what we saw when we started to look at all these tools is how where else is the product not being innovated on. And for us, it was these conversion funnels. It was really thinking about how can you empower a brand and an affiliate with the highest converting funnel downstream of that link. So they're still sharing links on these channels that they're used to sharing links on, whether that's a blog, whether that's Instagram, whether that is a link in bio, whether that no matter where on the internet that is. Now, what happens after you click? We need to really think about, like, there's still some juice to squeeze by making that the right experience. And we talked to tons of people. Some people's answers was it was bundles. It's a listicle. It's how are you providing, people are innovating on this, but we wanted to give people the tools to be able to innovate and test in an extremely low friction way without needing to involve development, and letting the affiliate manager or the influencer manager really be in the driver's seat of how they're going to test and optimize these programs. And that just increases the pace of iteration. It increases the success of the program over time. And it also just allows, we saw an opportunity to empower affiliate managers, brands, influencer marketing managers to do something net new and different for their affiliates. You're not just saying, hey, Dustin, we'll give you, a $25 CPA. You're able to say, hey, Dustin, we'd love to do the $25 CPA. Also, for our affiliates, we want to make sure that you feel, special, and you have a high converting funnel for your audience. Here's a page, here's your face on it. It's got your profile photo. Let us know if you want us to add a favorite pick or a, quick little byline about, your experience with the product. We'll get that set up for you. And all you need to do is share this link just like you would any other link. And we'll take care of everything from there. And I think that has been the feedback that we've got from not just the brands, but downstream their creators, their partners, their affiliates, has been overwhelmingly positive. And at the end of the day, who doesn't like to see their face on a landing page or a shopping page or anything like that?
For sure. And it makes your partnership feel so much more special as well. And you're going to motivate affiliates even more having that co-branded landing page in there. I've had to build these out myself. When we were over at WP Engine, we got tired of asking developers to build out these pages individually. So we just started building up a standing WordPress install that like we could just copy over and over and then switch out the logo and their face. And it was basic stuff. And this is like 6-7 years ago. But we were doing what you're doing, but it wasn't as dynamic and nearly as cool looking as what you guys got going on right there. I want to open up this chat to people. Is anybody using Super Affiliate out there? I want to hear some feedback on what features you guys are utilizing, whether it be affiliate managers or some other role in that company. So tell us more about the main features. You told us about the landing page and the conjunction with the affiliate and the affiliate manager. Any other features you guys have that are highlighted with this tool?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I think, that the arc of building a platform is always a really interesting journey. And I think what we ran out early is we said, we need to do something new, different, and exciting. We nailed these landing pages, these beautiful co-branded experiences featuring content, featuring, favorite picks, all of this stuff. Then we realized, oh, we really need to now think about how do we build out with the workflows of our user in mind. So we've really started to expand down to like automating things like reporting, automating things like product seeding, today in 2024 that we're in now, managing affiliates content is such a part of the wheel, and we need to get product in people's hands to produce great content that's compelling for audiences, for whether that's YouTubers, bloggers, anything like that. And we make it really easy to fulfill orders via your existing order management system, make sure that influencers get product in hand, track the posting of that content on social, making sure that you have access to it, are able to negotiate rights. And then of course the, table stakes features like payments, things like that. And then one thing that we've been really excited about recently is just slight gamifications of these programs, put special rewards at different milestones, and like give people a reason to like continue to do that next post or that reason to write that next article, and just have that carrot dangling across. So we've got people doing super interesting stuff on that side. Like, you bring us 100 customers, you unlock a MacBook Air, stuff like that, just cool,
Nice.
unique stuff. And we just make it really easy for folks to, structure those programs.
Awesome, awesome. We've got a fan in there. Amy Scanlon says she loves the milestone seating feature. I didn't know you were servicing agencies. Are you working with agencies in this kind of capacity, or is she using this for one of her brands?
So we do. I mean, we have tons of agency partners who are extremely helpful on, managing our tool. I think the one thing that we've learned about building software is you can build the best tool in the world, but you also need to have a fantastic user on the other side for the most part. And we're going to do everything we can to make it as easy as possible, particularly with these workflow features that we've been building. However, having amazing people like Amy on the other side of the tool, I'm sure, makes things a lot easier for us. So we have tons of partners, whether that's individual consultants and contractors to agencies, that help support us as well as our customers.
Awesome. We're going to have Amy on in a future episode. I sure wish she would book her meeting. Amy, let's go. I want to talk about Right Side Up already. Come on now. All right. So let's talk a little bit more about the evolution of where affiliate marketing is going. So our traditional, click and link system and cookie tracking is moving out the door. And the modern affiliate / creator / influencer out there is really coming to fruition of what we thought the future would look like. And tools like yours are really helping move the affiliate industry in the right direction. Can you tell me about some of those differences you see between traditional and modern affiliates today?
Yeah, I mean, I think the best place to start on this question is to just zoom up all the way to the highest level of like, what is, an affiliate? And at the end of the day, an affiliate is somebody that's in some way or another able to grab eyeballs and then push them down a funnel towards a purchase or an action. Traditionally, these things were, like we mentioned, early iterations of the internet, bloggers, publications, stuff like that, gift guides, all of that. Those were just, those are where the eyeballs used to look. Now, so many of the eyeballs, they're still looking over there, but they're also looking at creators on social platforms. They're looking at YouTubers. They're looking at these sources of expertise and inspiration. And in the same way they, used to look to some of these other publications or media properties, those eyeballs are here. They still want to discover products. So affiliate is really thinking about, the reward structures that you can put in place for taking those audiences and eyeballs and getting it, in connection or exposing a brand to that audience. And you're using, a platform to facilitate that. What we're saying is, as the attention moves towards individual platform creators, maybe on social media and things like that, we're going to build the tools that are going to connect those folks with their audiences and make it really easy for those creators to monetize, their audience in the most efficient way possible, but also provide the most delightful downstream experience for those people to test and try and buy the products that these, people that they follow are talking about or pushing. So I think like you look at this like evolution, it's less of like it's more of a where are the eyeballs going than a like we're really upending the industry. Obviously, there's things that when it comes to privacy and stuff like that regarding cookies and attribution and all of that will probably make some change, will continue to evolve over time. But those are going to be decisions that are made at, extremely high levels. And, it's going to be up to people like us to build the, experiences that are able to optimize those relationships dependent on where those go. And I think like obviously that means things like last click attribution is going to continue to become more and more important. And like being able to bring people all the way down the funnel is going to become more and more important, because we're not going to get to have the, 7, 14, 30-day periods of monitoring people that have come and seen something and come back to buy. So we're going to have to get better at converting people in that session. And I think like, funnels, high converting funnels that are personalized and all that, you need to maximize your chances of getting that conversion or that sale on that first visit, because it's going to be harder to find out who's coming back in 20 days and making the purchase.
For sure. And you bring up a great point of our industry is in a uphill battle against getting credit in terms of the other channels taking it from us, because that cookie window just doesn't exist anymore on the internet, because everybody's kind of working against affiliate in a sense, but we
Yeah.
know it's working. But the touch point is always going to be there if your company can track it. So how about you brought up a point about influencers and their role in this, and like your guys' tool can create some kind of contract where the influencer can create a piece of content but also allow the brand themselves to utilize that piece of content, because
Yeah.
in my history, like influencers own that unless we ask them specifically that we can pull that back and use it internally. But you guys create a contract between the two?
Yeah, and of course, this is always going to be like as permitted, and as agreed
Yes.
upon for like usually an economic relationship. But like if you look at the overall function of, now that creators are such a part of this overall strategy on, the affiliate and partnership side of things, it serves another extremely important function, which is content generation. And like we as a platform can't ignore how important that content generation is in interacting in these partnerships. So we, came up with an easy way to be able to like quickly and easily navigate those relationships and agreements between a creator and a brand to gain content access and rights, to then be able to repurpose that. And like how that content gets repurposed is going to be very important in that negotiation, because if a brand wants to run paid traffic using that media, that's different than something called whitelisting or allow listing, where brands are actually using a creator's account to run ads and driving traffic to them. So like we want to make sure that we're, those decisions are going to be up to brands and creators to figure out. We're just going to need to build and continue to build the infrastructure that makes those brands and creators able to navigate those relationships in a very like easy native on platform way,
Mhm.
because the content side of these strategies gets more and more important as as like the persona changes here.
Okay, okay. Uh, so there, obviously, you need some kind of contract in place to borrow that. But you're saying that influencers should be asking for a little bit more if the brand themselves are allowed to utilize that content beyond.
Yeah, so it's super common inside these contracts, and inside these relationships with brands and creators that, the cost for a post is X, the cost for a post with content usage is X plus Y, the cost for, a post and content rights and also to run whitelist is X plus Y plus Z. And you're just incrementing up, and I think ultimately that's just a goal of like trying to align, as always, like services rendered and the value of those services with the value that a creator receives. And we are always going to be pushing too that a part of that economic relationship be performance driven, because I think, if you think about a brand that's going to be able to what marketing channels are you going to continue to scale, it's the easiest ones to measure attributable ROI as quickly as possible. Like that's where dollars fly. And I think as long as we're going to continue to push the performance part of these relationships when it comes to affiliate and commission tracking, because that's, the easiest, most direct way to say, this strategy is working for us. We're making money and we're going to do more of it.
Awesome, awesome. All right, switching gears here. I want to thank our sponsor of the day. It is AfterStash, the best affiliate recruitment tool out there on the market. If you want to bring in more influencers and more affiliates into your program, go check out AfterStash.com and start recruiting more. Let's switch gears into that full conversion funnel. Why do you think this is working so well with your product right now?
Yeah, I think it comes, if this conversion funnel conversation is so important, and it's such a, and it's the reason why we exist at the end of the day is, the way that people discover products is changing. And I think creating that funnel to take people from discovery and inspiration through purchase is one of the most important things that you can do to, increase the efficiency of the dollars in these channels, whether it's creators, affiliates, influencers, you name it. And for us, that funnel means somebody encounters a piece of content with somebody that they follow or somebody that they've discovered. They like that content, something speaks to them. They then want to explore further what's being talked about in that. I then land, I engage, I click, I do whatever. I land on an experience. What I'm expecting to see at that experience is something related to where I came from, whether
Yeah.
that's the person, the product. I think the more context that we can pull from where they came from onto now where they are, where they can shop and buy, the better. And, we've been very particular about making this landing page not just the same content that you saw and now you need to buy. We
Mhm.
want to make sure it's a fully co-branded experience where you can continue on that education funnel, especially for higher consideration, higher AOV products. You're thinking about, like, we need this page to have the social credibility of the creator. We need it to
Yeah.
show the various purchase options that somebody might want to go down. Then we need to educate them on why they need the product and the core, value props and benefits. We need them to understand which one might be for me. I love the automated reactions. Which one might be for me? I want to learn more. What's the brand story? Okay, I know that Dustin works with Starbucks coffee, but like I want to read like about Howard Schultz starting Starbucks in Seattle in 1976. Oh, and there's the landing page section at the bottom. Now my heart's warm and like, oh yeah, sure, I'll buy the
Yeah.
bag of Pike's Place. And we're just saying like we just need to make that entire funnel seamless all the way through though to checkout. And I think that's like a place that we're starting to spend a lot more time is like, how do we make sure that decision that once you decide to buy, there is zero friction beyond that? Thinking about what are the payment options, how do we remove all friction from that consumer experience, which ultimately at the end of the day, the North Star metric that we're looking at when it comes to a full conversion funnel is here we go again. What is that conversion rate? If I'm paying to push traffic to this page, I want to generate every sale I can on it. And looking at that conversion rate is really like what we're always thinking about and always trying to increment.
Okay, gotcha. And when people are landing on your affiliate landing pages for this unique content, like branded content, are they allowed? So help me understand the tool a little bit better. Uh, does the checkout system happen on that page, and then there's like an API call to the internal system, or do they still go through the same checkout at that
So
brand?
so right now, so you know, right now we're pushing people through to the existing checkout. That's for a very specific reason. We've got things like, cross sells, upsells, post
Yeah.
purchase experiences that brands find very important. We're introducing some optionality there if people want to start to leverage external payment methods like an Apple Pay, like a Shop Pay, something like that. We want to be able to support that. And ultimately we want to leave, it up to the brand in terms of how they want to do that. Right now, the easiest and native way for us to do it is we're just pushing a cart to to actually wherever the folks want to drop them off, but usually into checkout, ideally like a deeper stage of checkout. So that way, people can still leverage those cross sells, upsells, and things like that. But then also at the same time, you're pretty far down funnel and ready to convert, and there's not a lot of click. It's reducing clicks in that process is something we're always thinking about and trying to
Okay.
remove everyone that we can and when possible. But yeah, right now, and I guess one last thing that I want to tie that up with, always making sure that this order coming through looks like any other order for data workflows, for reporting workflows, for all of that type of stuff, commissioning even. We want to make sure that there's, we're not disrupting a brand's single source of truth on the performance of their business.
Okay. Um, with that in mind, like, what are some of the best practices that you guys would suggest for brands to use? Not necessarily with your product, but and I understand that your guys' product is helping that conversion rate. But let's say we're not going with you. What are some of those best practices we can do today for those brands that need to improve their conversion rate with the affiliates they work with?
Yeah. I mean, I think going one level up is always, of course, partnership selection. continuing to refine who are your partners, why are they good partners, why are they not good partners, being specific about that, because ultimately their audience is who's coming to your page, and you got to make sure that what you're saying on that page resonates with that audience. So for example, if I am we work with a CBD sleep powder. They sell to my mom in Lexington, Kentucky, and they sell to CrossFit athletes. If my mom is posting to her audience, they probably don't need to see that, the person that won the bench press competition at the CrossFit games uses the product. They probably need to see that Martha Stewart uses the product. And they're like, oh, let's do that. So I think it's all about thinking about the contextual nature of your landing experience. Who is this for? Then I think it's thinking about, like, what are you as a business trying to optimize for? The selection that you're able to put on, in front of that user is going to be really important. So pushing, if you're trying to push AOV up, then you should be leading with bundles and things like that are able to push people up. If you're trying to lead with, if here's another one, if you have inventory you're trying to clear out, maybe you're pushing a little bit more on, like, you have a special offer on the page that's getting rid of something that you're trying to get rid of in the warehouse. I think there's all sorts of different options. Like, you just need to think about, like, from a first principles basis, what's my business objective with the traffic coming to this page? And then how am I going to use, like, the invisible hand to guide, consumers down the path that I want?
Yeah. And Brian Christensen here says, put them on the spot. Yeah. That's what we do here. And I wouldn't toss out questions to guests that I knew couldn't handle it like a pro. Andy's right in there just getting after it. Awesome. As we wind this thing down, it is time for you to defend your post, Andy. And this comes from, you're very active on LinkedIn. So this wasn't hard to find, but what do Athletic Greens and some other companies like Peloton have in common besides being products I can only dream of one day acquiring? They have incredible influencer partner marketing managers who spoke Super Bloom and Libby Coma this week about the state of influencer marketing. I just want to note here, like, where did this come from? And a secondary question, like, are your aspirations to be like that level of CEO one day? Is that your dream?
Sadly, my aspirations are so much more modest than that. It's strictly to be able to afford those products. I've actually always, and this I will tell Anders, my co-founder, he could attest to this. I used to say that I'll know I've made it if I have a cold plunge, a tonal, and a patio that opens up to or a living room that opens up to a patio. Those are my three. I'm a simple guy, so I was trying to afford those things. So that's where that started with. Is I'd love to have those products, and talking about getting down the funnel. Athletic Greens, it gets me every time. I get down funnel and then it says $90, and I'm like, I just don't know if I got the $90 today. But that's neither here nor there. That post is actually derivative of an incredible content series that we have partnered with the incredible Lily Comba from Super Bloom. She was the head of partnerships at a company called Seed Health that scaled the affiliate and influencer and creator channel in a very serious way. It was actually their main acquisition channel, and they were putting a lot of budget behind it. We've teamed up with Lily on a content series that is really just geared towards bringing the best and the brightest in the industry together on quick virtual panels, 60 to 90 minutes once every 6 to 8 weeks to talk about a subject. Last time was more general, like, where is influencer marketing in 2024? We're going to try to expand that into other verticals soon, thinking about whether it's, is it category specific, health and wellness, home goods, things like that, or is it industry specific? Maybe it is performance marketing with creator UGC focused and it's very tactical, or maybe it's affiliate marketing in 2024 and we're just going to continue to do that. So that's try superbloom.com, or at superaffiliate.com you can find more information on those events, but hopefully that would be helpful for the audience here. But that's the origin of that post. Hopefully one day, Dustin, in 2 years, you and I will be having this conversation and you'll see me. I'll be sitting in my cold plunge, drinking my Athletic Greens with my Aura ring on and the Pelotons in the background. But right now I've just got this podcast studio,
Okay. Well, you're not as big of a consumer as I am. Like so many points on this. Like I've got a Peloton. I have Athletic Greens that I drink every morning, and I cold plunge, but it's like a just a converted tub that I threw in the backyard to make it work. But and you'll never see a ring on me. I don't do wearables by any means, but good to know that I've almost made it in your eyes. Like that's great
Yeah.
news.
Hey.
And if Lily's out there listening and you need some experts, I know people that are better than me, so I will point you in the right direction. But last point there, I thought you were genuinely trying to own these companies, not these products. So that's even funnier.
I appreciate the endorsement of my ambition that you think that I would think that big. Right now, we're going to try to solve this problem first for all our brands and marketers out there.
They stay focused. I like it. Oh, and speaking of made it, like Athletic Greens, if I ever get contacted by Athletic Greens for this podcast to be sponsored, the answer is yes, first of all. But like, I think that's when a podcast has made it because they have sponsored. If you like look at their, hey, where did you hear from me? A podcast. And there's a drop down menu of thousands and thousands of podcasts on there. Like, they just give it away. Like, they do it to everybody. It's a wild marketing campaign from their part. Awesome, man. Really appreciate your time today. Thanks for being here. How do we connect with you?
Thank you, Dustin. The pleasure is certainly mine. When it comes to connection, anyone can shoot me an email, andy@superaffiliate.com, or you can find me on LinkedIn, just Andy Cloyd. You'll see a guy that's got a crazy profile photo. It's extremely unprofessional. That one's me. It's just me smiling with friends cut out of the background or whatever. It's no
Love it.
professional headshot. But yeah, those are usually the best ways to, connect with me. I'm always happy to show anybody, a little bit more about what we're up to, give them a tour of the product, and hopefully find a way to help folks out. So reach out, brand, customer, agency, consultant, contractor. We just like to talk to smart people that have been in this space and can help us along our journey, because we certainly don't have everything ourselves. So appreciate you having us on, Dustin, and looking forward to doing this again in a year and seeing how far things have come.
Awesome. And if you would like to support this channel and my content creation habits, go to dustinhouse.com/superaffiliate, and I'll put that link in the description below. So thanks again, Andy. Appreciate your time. And for those folks out there, keep on recruiting, and we'll see you out there. Take care.
See you all.